Wow. You guys are in that one to win. We are going on 2 years now. Oh man, wow. Well, thank you. Thank you for that. Wow. You know, I'm terrified of that joke because they're gonna catch on. You know that, right? And when they do, it's gonna be my face they're looking at. It's gonna be that guy who's doing the really long note going, Happy birthday to Lawyer! Nice place, huh? Really nice. First off, thank you to Jonathan Colton for having me out here again. Oh my God, once a lifetime would be amazing. I really, honestly, that is immeasurably special to have me out here again. So thank you very much. And Paul and Storm for everything that is, yeah, thank you guys. Really, for everything. I'm having the crowd clap for you. So, man, boat. I love a boat. Boat's fun, right? Man, boat is like a childhood dream wonderland. You know what I mean? Like, it's exactly what you described. Like, oh, there's like a little street with an ice cream store. And you go in and all you have to do is tell them your name and they give you ice cream. Then you go swim with big colorful fish. You come back inside and there's a water fountain, but it's not water, it's every flavor of soda. And then every night's your birthday. That's all I'm saying. It really... I am going to grow mule ears and turn into an ass. That is my point. I also love the rough water. I love when we get to some kind of a rocking business because what you do, you go up to the promenade and you watch people all in unison start to strafe. That to me is magic. When everybody all of a sudden a minute ago, it's like a mall, and now it's like an octogenarian flash mob doing like Broadway. The ding, 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 double jolly, I'll be here. And great people to be here with. The lineups are so great. I'm honored to be among everybody here. Really great. I walked past John Hodgman's room this morning. I'm not positive, I should say, that it was John Hodgman's room. But, like I said, I'm not positive, but it was the only door that I saw with a do not perturb sign. So I thought, maybe. Well, I will tell you a little bit about myself. Like most people, my name is Mike. Hi! I have learned recently that there's a big difference between saying the phrase, I need to wash my hands, which just sounds like good hygiene, and saying, I need to wash my hand, which just sounds disgusting. I love you guys already. Oh, God. How much do I get of this? So, here's one thing I love. I love when you'll see in print media when they will repeat letters for emphasis, you know, to show like, yeah, you know. But what I really love is when they will repeat a silent letter. That is amazing. I saw one the other day that said, subscribe, with like 6 E's, which at best says, subscribe. I love most things. Some things drive me crazy. I, for some reason, it drives me crazy when somebody will do air quotes, you know, but they'll use just one hand. That throws me off. You know, somebody will be like, yeah, I like Les Mis, just, you know, until Russell Crowe's singing. You know, I'm like, yeah. Wait, was that an end quote? Have you been talking ironically this whole time? I storm off, everybody's like, what's up with him? He's like, I don't know, we're just talking about movies. And all of a sudden he's like, I don't know where I stand with you. I'm out of here. I got 99 problems, and 104 of them are math. That's just me. It's just who I am, you know? It's just who I am. Front to side, onto back, onto side, onto front, onto side, onto back, onto side. It's just how I roll. Just testing the waters, seeing how deep this goes. Oh man. People give the new Hobbit film franchise a hard time. They criticize that because it's going to be 3 spectacular, huge movies based off of one little book. And yet, those people don't seem to mind that Sesame Street has made years of content off of just the letter H. Sometimes when I'm bored, I like to take a big bucket of water and I pour it on my dog. Then I take a big bag of glitter and I pour it all over my dog. And then when he shakes himself dry, I pretend he's beaming up. Thank you. That is technically an applause. I just got one. So I'd be willing to bet that the number of people in this room that would describe a glass of water as half full is probably about equal to the number of people who describe the same glass as half empty. Did that work out? Did I say that right? Anyway. And yet, I'd be willing to bet every single person in this room would describe the following situation in the following way. There's a pineapple halfway in my ass. Ain't nobody that positive. I don't know if it does. I don't know if you're thinking of a pineapple. I don't know what you see as red is what I see as red. Because there's probably a lot of red involved, and I don't really... Maybe orange. Honestly, there's a lot of yellow involved. Why are we doing this? What happened? Guys. I was thinking the other day, what would happen if you were to encounter your absolute favorite thing in the world at the exact same moment you encountered your absolute least favorite thing in the world? For me, this would be receiving a blowjob from a tarantula. I would be mortified. At first. I have 2 very dirty jokes. That is one of them. They say whatever doesn't kill you makes you stronger. What about cutting off all your muscles? You could live through that. I was in a bookstore the other day. I saw a book on self-realization. I opened it up. On every page it said, "Holy shit, I'm a book." I love traveling. I stayed in an awesome hotel. Maybe the best hotel I've ever stayed at a couple weeks ago. This place had everything. It had a dishwasher, it had a toaster, it had a fireplace, it had an aquarium, and it had a family that kept shouting about intruders and police. That's what that deserves. All right. I get a little tired of the Obama is not an American thing, of the birther issue. I can't believe that's still going around. Drives me crazy. I got an idea. I have a solution. How about this? Somebody needs to surprise Barack Obama with a rock from Kenya. If he does not get weak and lose his powers, Donald Trump has to shut the hell up. Right. Mike Phirman calls out Donald Trump. Tomorrow. I am married. Sorry, fellas. I am married. Oh man, so close. Strong enough for a man. I'm married. I am very happily married. I love my wife very, very much. Her birthday is coming up. I'm trying to think of what to get her for a birthday present. I saw something on the flight out here in the Sky Mall that looked promising. Feels like hair. And what it is a pretty cool thing you guys might be interested in. It's a blanket, right? And what you do is you send in any picture at all, and they will put that picture on that blanket. Only thing is, it's kind of cheap. You know, it's like $20 or something like, hey, give a $20 birthday gift to your wife. So, I got an idea. What I'm going to do is, I'm going to send in a picture of a really expensive blanket. That was polarizing, wasn't it? Somebody was moved to clap, and I think somebody just fell asleep. Unless she's slapping him awake. I think it is. We have 2 kids. We have 2 very young kids. If you don't have kids, I strongly recommend having young children if you and your partner are looking for something to just get through together. If for whatever reason you can't afford back surgery or getting sued by a major corporation, consider it. It is actually, it's awesome. Of course, it's awesome. It's, I'll tell you, if you have not experienced it, there are a couple things I learned that I will share with you. The first thing is the actual birth is not at all what I expected. I really expected it was going to be like the, Lion King, comes out and light comes out with it, and this circle of life, and the cars all stop, and that was not it at all. No, what very, very first thought came out of in my mind was, there's no way that just fit in my wife. And yet, that just fit in my wife. I mean, I saw them come in together, there's no question. Right? Which has led me to conclude, newborns are human zip files. True. You have to give them their name. That's a lot of pressure. I think that might be the most pressure I felt, was the idea of giving a human being their name. That's so defining, that's a big deal. And you want it to be something interesting, but not something too interesting. Like I live in Hollywood, so every now and then I get to meet people that are like, oh, hi, my name is Cindy, but it's spelled CYN-D. Too interesting. That is too interesting. So we went with, our first son, we named him Milo. I thought Milo, that's a nice little guy name, right? That's a good little guy name. But to give it a little bit of flavor, a little bit of twist to it, we spell it Jeff. Pro tip, if you have a baby that will not stop crying, nothing you can do will make it stop crying, put on French music. They will not stop crying. But it just feels really cool. Very cinematic. And one thing that is difficult about being a comedy enthusiast with kids is that they do not get any of my references. That is difficult, man. That is trying. Like we'll be out somewhere and I'll be like, hey Mike, look at that man's hair. What is he, a Romulan? And he's like, what is a man? I'm gonna tell you one more thing. I'm gonna start do some comedy music for you. Oh yeah, that is a unique response. Like I said before, I love my wife. My wife is the coolest person I know, hands down, coolest person I know. And yet, I have found that even her cool has limits. And the way I have found this out is that I cannot, no matter how hard I try, while we are in the act of making love, I cannot get her to call a buddy of mine and sing the first couple lines to Randy Newman's "You've Got a Friend in Me."